From the Yanatelli Center, the campus of St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey, this is St. Peter's University women's volleyball right here on the Peacocks Digital Network. Today, the Peacocks coming in at 3 wins and 10 defeats. We'll welcome the Marist Red Foxes at 3 wins and 8 defeats. Both teams coming in at 1-1 in MAC play. It's great to have you with us. My name is James Cargan. St. Peter's coming off of a midweek 3-2 defeat at the hands of the Lafayette Leopards. Marist coming off of a victory 3-1 over Quinnipiac last weekend. The starting lineups for both teams were flashed on the screen just a moment ago, and for St. Peter's, the headline has to be who is currently not in the starting lineup. That is their leading scorer, Alanis Alvarado, third in the MAC so far in kill ratio. She is replaced by the player who just made her season debut in the loss to Lafayette, J.C. Montero. Wearing number 4, the sophomore, standing at 6'1". She is the tallest player on the team, making her first appearance at home this season. As for Marist, the player to watch out for, Megan Fergus, second in the MAC in kill ratio at a little over 3.43 kills per set. We are just about set to begin. Nikki DeSerpa, another player to watch for Marist, wearing number 5. First team All-MAC performer last season. It's been the same starting lineup for St. Peter's as in the previous games, aside from the change. And we are underway as Whittley Soto leads the game off with an ace. Soto, the setter for this Peacocks team. Racked up the assists as setters do at 316 coming in. Controlled on the near side by the Red Foxes. Megan Fergus on the board in a hurry. No surprise there. Fergus racked up 22 kills in the 4-set victory over Quinnipiac. And Nikki DeSerpa will serve this up for Marist. Marist is very adept at serving aces this season. The spike from Rivera won't go. The attempt from Sarah Austin controlled by the Peacocks from the middle. Curbello couldn't get too much power on it. Angelica Curbello, the second leading scorer on this team. Nice dig out by Seda from a spike from Sarah Austin. The tap is dug out by Fergus. Fergus did very well to get to that ball. Soto, near side. Carolina Ruiz gets the tip of the net and gets her first kill of the afternoon. Ruiz, the senior, 5'6" out of Miami, Florida. St. Peter's has had issues scoring the ball this season. Ruiz at a little under 1 kill per set. Near side, Austin with the tap, but Soto was there to corral. Far side, Curbello was stuffed to the net. The Peacocks retain, but they cannot keep control of the ball. Marist is second in the MAC in aces per set this season, despite not having a single player in the top 10 in that category. Very balanced serving lineup. Curbello, but straight at the libero, Sophia Thoreau. Despite an excellent diving stop from Carolina Ruiz, but it will sail wide. Sarah Austin will pick up the kill there. Thoreau, the freshman from Carlsbad, California. Soto to Curbello is blocked at the net by Fergus, as well as Gabby Murray, 6'2" out of Appleton, Wisconsin. But that sail is out of play. St. Peter's picks up the point to tie it at 3. That'll bring Stephanie Rivera to the service line, a sophomore. And she will serve the ace. Rivera, the sophomore, 5'11", out of Guayama, Puerto Rico. With her first ace of the season. Looking for number 2 here. That one is dug out by Austin. Far side, Fergus, my goodness. Almost a dunk. She only stands at 5'11", the senior from Millbrook, New York. But she can jump through the roof. And we'll serve this one up at 4 apiece. Nice hard low serve. Soto, the tap from Danielle Lopez, straight at the Red Foxes from the back line. Fergus still is able to put some power onto the ball. Soto back for Curbelo. Blocked again, but out of play. So St. Peter's having trouble cracking this front line of Marist in the early going. As we see the designated server, Andrea Lumbeda, into the game to serve this one up. The sophomore from right here in Jersey City. From the back line, it was a nice hard serve. Excellent dig by Carolina Ruiz. Seda has to track back to get the ball. They do put it over. Down the middle. And the spike is true from Gabby Murray. We just saw Courtney Kaspersky enter the game for Marist. She will exit right back out. And Sarah Austin serves this one straight at Lumbeda. Down the middle, Lopez trying another tap. Near side, Nikki DeSerpa puts it out wide. DeSerpa had 16 kills in the 4-set victory over Quinnipiac. The reigning first-team All-MAC performer. And Jalisca Curbelo over the top. Haley Carter with the pass. And a cross-court attempt from DeSerpa will go wide. Haley Carter, the setter, the freshman 5'9" out of Lake Mary, Florida. Carter is first in the conference in assists ratio. Carter has to track way back to get this ball. Fergus from the back line, straight at Curbelo. Leaning back for that ball. Ruiz didn't get too much power onto it. But Nikki DeSerpa certainly did, and puts it home to cut their deficit to 1-7-6 in favor of St. Peter's. Gabby Murray to serve. She picked up 5 aces in the victory over Quinnipiac. That may have dipped at the last moment. St. Peter's fortunate to get that one over the top. Carter for Fergus. My goodness. Megan Fergus, to say that she has had a hot start to this game is an understatement. 3 kills already. Murray again, she served the ace. So after 5 aces in her last outing, Gabby Murray already on the board with the serve. And Marist regains the lead at 8-7. Trying to make it back-to-back, but a bit too far. You notice the pink lines here at the Anatelli Center. This is St. Peter's Pink Out game. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer initiative. Carla Seda with a nice hard serve. Carter for Fergus. That one was blocked to the net by the Peacocks. And Fergus just has to tap that one over the top. Maybe a bit too predictable there. The smallest player on the front line for St. Peter's, Ruiz, puts that out of play across the court. 9-8, Marist with the lead. Haley Carter, the freshman. Any one of these players for Marist can serve an ace at any point in time. That was an excellent serve. Spike from Curbelo, tipped off the top of the net. Cap attempt from DeSerpa, snuffed out by Lumbeda. Down the middle, Rivera can't get it to go. Fergus from the center line. Leaning back a little bit too much on that spike. Not going forward and putting it out long. So here's little Widali Soto, the junior, 5'10" out of Patillas, Puerto Rico. Straight at the Lambero throw. Blocked at the net was Stephanie Stone. And there we see the first contribution from JC Montero. As well as Stephanie Rivera at the net. But hitting the net was that serve from Widali Soto to even the score up at 10. We still have not seen Alanis Alvarado on the court for St. Peter's, the leading scorer for the Peacocks. Across the court pass. A very creative pass from Widali Soto, almost pushing that ball across the court. And Rivera able to take advantage of a Marist Red Foxes team that was a bit thrown off by that switch of the court. Carter the near side. What power on that attempt from Sarah Austin, earning that kill, the 5'10" junior from Clarkston, Michigan. And Austin just driving down on that ball. Carla Seda giving it to the far side. Curbelo didn't get too much power, but got the placement. That will hit the side wall, out of play. A brave attempt from the libero, rather from Courtney Kaspersky, diving onto that ball with the right hand. Peacocks retake the lead. Stephanie Rivera goes over the top. A nice long serve that was. The Red Foxes could get a cohesive possession, but they didn't need one as Sarah Austin. A wry smile after that one for her, knowing that maybe a tad fortunate, but the placement was perfect. Straight in front of Ruiz, couldn't get the dive onto it. Ferguson, excellent serve from the back line. Ruiz straight at Fergus. A cheeky tap over the top. Haley Carter. That misdirection play that you always have to watch out for from these setters. Fergus again, already with 3 kills in this set. Almost at her average already. Lopez, the tap of the over the top, straight at Fergus. Austin stuffed at the net. The Peacocks, despite the considerable power from Sarah Austin, hold firm. Montero again in on the action with the block assist along with Danielle Lopez. Lombeda putting it over the top, the designated server. Carter for Austin. Tries the tap this time, but straight at Ruiz. Down the middle, Lopez mistimed her jump on that spike attempt. From the back line, Fergus could not elevate enough on that one, putting it straight into the net. 14-13 St. Peter's. Last season, Marist defeated the Peacocks in both of the regular season meetings, but the Peacocks got revenge in the MAC tournament, ending the Red Foxes season. Carter did well to collect that ball on the far side after the errant dig. And it'll be a timeout called by the first-year head coach of the Red Foxes, Sean Byron, previously an assistant coach for the Michigan Wolverines. Interim head coach, of course, for St. Peter's, Joe Hoynatsky, in his first season as a head coach. There have been some thrillers here at home. The last home game for St. Peter's, despite the 3-set loss to the reigning MAC champions Iona, it was a thrilling third set after a less than inspiring first 2. And of course, the last game at Lafayette, the Peacocks losing set number 3, 15-9. They were up 2-1 in that match, only dropping the fourth set 25-23. So despite the 3-10 record, this Peacocks team has been very much in the thick of things, earning their lone conference victory over the Manhattan Jaspers on the road, 3-1 on September the 21st, last Saturday. And very interesting here, calling Carolina Ruiz onto the court. She had yet to put on her right shoe. So Ruiz will have to put her shoe on and tie it before we can resume play coming off the Marist timeout. And she has done her shoe duties. We'll be once again underway with Lombeda's serve coming off of her service ace. That dig is errant. Lopez taps it over the top, but taps it out wide. And now we will see the first appearance of the match for the Peacocks' leading scorer, Alanis Alvarado. Little over 3 kills percent. She is third in the conference in that department. 21 she picked up in the victory over Lafayette. In the defeat to Lafayette, rather. Sarah Austin, looping serve over the top. Soto for Curbelo, tipped the net, straight to libero Thoreau. That'll be a double tap on the Red Foxes, giving the Peacocks the point of 16-14 lead. St. Peter's looking for their first home victory over the Red Foxes since 2007. Carter across the court, blocked at the net. That attempt was from Gabby Murray, but out of play. So Marist looking to get back into a nip and tuck first set. Stephanie Stone back in at middle blocker. Over the top from Gary Murray. Well, not over the top as it sails straight into the net. And they'll bring up Carla Seda, who's been a very consistent server as of late for St. Peter's. Leads the team in aces with 13, despite her 5'2" frame. Nice hard serve. Carter, and that spike from DeSerpa goes way long, almost hit the basketball baseline. The advantage is 3 for the Peacocks. Another timeout call by Sean Byron, the head coach of the Red Foxes. St. Peter's all-time against Marist, 15-24. The victory over Marist in the playoff game last season was the first postseason victory for St. Peter's since 2006, snapping a 12-year gap. A 3-1 victory that was up in Poughkeepsie. St. Peter's will be straight back home here tomorrow at 1 p.m., taking on the Siena Saints. And Marist will travel down the state to battle a Rider Bronx tomorrow in their New Jersey swing. St. Peter's next week will make their Buffalo swing, battling Canisius and Niagara. Carla Seda will put this one up once again. Nice hard serve, but a bit too far out of play. Not by that much. Carla Seda, the junior 5'2" out of Toa Baja, Puerto Rico. And this will bring up Haley Carter. The freshman sails it straight into the net. The Peacocks 6 points away from victory in this first set. With Elise Soto back to the service line. Peacocks with 3 aces today so far. Fortunately for the Peacock, DeSerpa is tipped to the net with her considerable power. Rivera's tap snuffed out by Fergus. From the back line, Austin couldn't get too much power onto the ball. From the back line, Curbelo did. That went straight at Gabby Murray. Almost a push tap, snuffed out by Seda. The Peacocks just forced to put it over. Carter, another cheeky tap from her. That's her second of that exact variety. As DeSerpa exits in favor of Kaspersky, who will put this one up over the top. Nice dipping serve. Diving for it was Seda. The first spike attempt from Alvarado was tipped to the net. To the near side. There was no tip at that one. There was, rather. It looked unclear at first. The referees will award the point to the Red Foxes off the attempt from Sarah Austin. Austin picks up her 4th. We haven't seen much from Fergus since her 3 quick kills to begin this match. Not too much power on that one from Alvarado. Now we see Fergus blocked at the net by Montero. Near side, Austin again, straight at Carla Seda. Backline, Curbelo just taps it over, and a miscommunication from Marist. brings St. Peter's to 20. Already we see Montero's presence made at the net. He has a block assist today, but several other times she's gotten her arms to the ball. You got Alice Lopez Jimenez, the designated server, with a nice serve down the far side. Tapped the net, dug out by Soto. Corbello had to lean back at that one. Kaspersky dug it out down the middle. A fortunate break for Stephanie Stone. That spike hitting the top of the net, falling down onto the hardwood. Stone, the senior from Carlsbad, California. The same hometown as the libero, Sophia Thoreau, who serves this one up. Lopez Jimenez with the dig. Far side, Corbello. Looked like that was tipped at the net, and it was. Much to the chagrin of some of the Marist fans behind us. So the Peacocks up 21-19. Rivera to put this one over the top. That's the 5th kill from Corbello. Fergus stuffed by Danielle Lopez. Corbello was there as well, but the lion's share of that block surely went to Lopez. The Peacocks 3 points away in this first set. Rivera over the top. Carter looks for Austin, who's blocked at the net. It was Lopez and Montero there. Montero has given this Peacocks team just a different dynamic at that middle blocker position. Carter for Austin, just has to underhand tap that one. And perfectly placed. Could not be dove onto by the 5'0" Yadalise Lopez Jimenez. The Marist Red Foxes have a difficult hill to climb here. We see our first action from Morgan Owens, the designated server. The sophomore puts it into the net from Ashburn, Virginia. 4 set points coming here for St. Peter's. It'll be Lumbeda, a sophomore 5'6" from right here in Jersey City, attended Hudson Catholic High School. A bit uptown. Aaron Digg, Corbello puts it home and puts home the first set for her side. St. Peter's takes set number 1, 25-20. And they are off on the right foot here at home. Looking for their third home victory of the season, rather. And they are on a good path to that. So at the end of one, it's 25-20. St. Peter's will be back in about 3 minutes for the start of the second set here at the Yanatelli Center.